The Lantern Keeper's Son.
Long ago in Korea, there was a moment that changed someone's life. Please listen to this. In a small coastal village during the Joseon era, the sea decided everything. It determined when boats sailed, when they returned, and sometimes who never returned at all. Jun had grown up watching his father climb the lighthouse every evening. The old wooden tower stood at the edge of sharp cliffs, where waves struck without hesitation. No matter the weather, his father lit the lantern. He believed that even one neglected night could cost lives. Jun respected the discipline, but not the life. He had always dreamed of leaving for Hanyang, capital of Joseon. He wanted the civil examinations, the debate halls, the possibility of shaping laws rather than watching tides. Compared to the capital, the lighthouse felt small and repetitive. He had convinced himself that staying meant accepting a life without ambition. When he finally announced that he would leave within the week, his father did not argue. He simply observed that storms often arrive when people feel most certain of their path. Jun dismissed the comment. 2 days before his planned departure, the sky shifted. The wind sharpened. Fishing boats were dragged ashore early. Villagers reinforced their doors. News spread that a merchant vessel was scheduled to pass the eastern inlet that evening, the most dangerous stretch of water along the coast. The village headman suggested that no one attempt the lighthouse in such conditions. The climb would be reckless. Responsibility, he said, had limits. Jun felt an unexpected sense of validation. If the lantern remained dark, it would confirm what he had always believed, that some duties demanded too much from one man. But as rain began to fall in heavy sheets, his father prepared the oil without hesitation. Jun warned him that the wind was already violent enough to knock a man from the stairs. He argued that the ship's captain should know better than to sail into a storm. His father answered that sailors rely on certainty, not assumptions, and that a single light can mean the difference between caution and disaster. The climb began. Halfway up, a powerful gust forced the tower door open. The structure shuddered. Jun saw his father stumble briefly before regaining balance. Rain forced its way inside the lantern room. Then the flame went out. At that exact moment, a horn sounded from the sea distant, but too near. The merchant vessel had already entered the inlet. For a fraction of time, Jun stood frozen. His belongings were packed. The boat that would take him north waited for morning tide. His future felt close, almost guaranteed. Another horn echoed sharper, urgent. Jun started running. He climbed the shaking staircase as the storm intensified. Inside the lantern room, his father struggled to shield the wick, his hand cut by shattered glass. The wind tore through the broken panel, extinguishing every attempt to relight the flame. Jun realized that ambition had always felt powerful because he had never measured it against consequence. Without speaking, he pressed his body against the shattered frame, blocking the wind with his back. Rain soaked through his clothes. Heat from the relit wick burned against his sleeve. Smoke blurred his vision. Below them, waves struck the rocks with terrifying force. The horn sounded again closer. The flame flickered, almost surrendering. Then it steadied. Through the sheets of rain, the outline of the merchant ship shifted. Its course adjusted slightly, not dramatically, but enough. Enough to avoid the hidden rocks. The storm raged for hours, but by dawn, the worst had passed. Word reached the village that the ship had anchored safely in deeper waters. Its captain later admitted that without the brief return of the lighthouse, he would have misjudged the channel entirely. Jun did not leave the village that week. Not because he had abandoned ambition, but because he had discovered its weight. Months later, when the sea was calm and the sky clear, he departed for Hanyang. This time, his father placed a small bundle of saved coins into his hands and told him that ambition was not wrong, forgetting who depends on you is. Years afterward, when coastal funding was debated in the capital, a young official insisted that remote lighthouses must never be neglected, no matter how small the village. He did not mention the storm. He did not mention his father. He did not need to. Some choices are quiet, but they echo for a lifetime. Some nights change nothing, and some nights change everything. If you had been there, would you have climbed the tower? Tell me what you think below. This was another Korean story in English. This is Tell Korea, where old Korean stories are told in English. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.